Are we?
Welcome back, everybody. Another Joker hour or a quick 45. We're here for a quick Q&A. We got Ernie in the car. Just taught a bunch of kids some chess lessons. They gonna win, and we're gonna win too.
We're gonna
Let's
win.
get with you, bro.
Oh, you know me. I'm just trying to keep it PG.
Keep it
Uh,
PG.
just keeping it PG, dude. Nice, friendly afternoon drive stream with gang. Jake Smith. Hello. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty tired. My brain is pretty much a baked potato. So I would appreciate if y'all would ask some questions and get us going. Because if I'm gonna keep it PG, I didn't even know what to talk about. So.
Yeah, y'all just tuned into a couple spuds. How's it going? Catch 'em all.
Oh yeah, Catchy. What's up, Ketchup Mall?
Why
Ketchup
did you
Mall.
click on this, dude? Is it not busy enough over there?
Hmm.
A
Experiencing
little,
a dial back.
you got
Boom,
some
snap, boom.
employees working for you now? You got a little free time?
Hmm. No free time over there, huh? Watch a little
Mm-hmm.
party. Okay.
Go potty? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, dude, what do we talk about? I mean, I'm going
I
live
don't
on
know.
Whatnot tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh yeah.
Chill. Um, I got some 151 in and some other new packs, so that should be fun. But
Yo.
not looking to go too long, two couple hours.
Yes, sir. That's gonna
What
be
up,
lit.
Pokey South? Oh, he said
When's that?
UK friendly stream. I guess we got to go live this time normally.
Yes, sir.
Not too late. Best show on YouTube. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, buddy.
We got our first question from Son of a Merc. Do you
Let's
guys
go.
take a set percentage of what you make to put back into inventory? What's the process?
You wanna go first?
You're going to want to set aside your tax advantage buckets and put in the 25% of your profits into there to be safe from this about to be horribly crashing market. There's plenty of signs out there that the market is dying. Nothing is selling, and we're going to go back to 3 more years of winter.
um. Honestly, I try to put everything back into inventory now these days. Um, if I can. Like that's kind of my play right now. I have my job to take care of my bills, and then I'm just trying to grow the pokey bankroll like it's separate little monster that's eventually gonna take over the city.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like this kind of monster.
yeah,
Yeah, dude, I'm spending it all.
yeah, just
I
spend
mean,
it.
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, there's worse times to be wrong than in a boom.
Right. That's
Is
the
my
thing, dude.
opinion.
That's the thing.
I'm selling something on eBay every day that's kind of blowing my high. I'm like, hey, what if I, price this 20% above market?
Hmm.
Um, and then it sells, and you're like, okay, I guess I should have priced it 30. I don't know, but it seems to be a good time to put way more money back into this than you normally would. That's my opinion. I'm honestly like, for me with Whatnot, I wanted to go super hard on packs and everything and keep ripping, but my 1 month of no fees is coming to an end, so I kind of have what I have right now. I'm still sourcing some packs, but it's most of my capital is going into grading cards and flipping cards. That's just like what feels the best, most liquid thing right now, and you can just do it passively too. Where Whatnot, you have to get on, you have to work, you have to hype up the chat to buy packs. Someone buys, they brick. You got to keep the emotions high and things flowing, and you got to keep selling. So I don't know. Selling packs is a lot of work, is what I've kind of learned. Unless you're just auctioning them at $1 and you're not afraid to take disgusting losses here and there. But um, yeah, I'm just a card. We're all cards in this boom, and that's kind of how I feel. It's just I'm full cards right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, me. the usual. I'm super bored. Waiting for my grades. I thought they'd get here today. I thought my packages would get here today. They didn't get here, but it's cool. Whatever. LOL. Get a life. I'm probably gonna go hit the skatey. Um, maybe get a nice meal and just wait. It's the hobby. It's wait. You're either cooking, printing, or waiting. That's it.
Hmm.
There's no other stage. Or you're getting scammed and it's dark. And then whatever. We won't get into that.
Uh-huh.
But right now I'm just waiting, fool. I nothing to really talk about. I was hoping that there was some like news, some pokey news, like something got robbed or Mason found a first edition booster box in his attic or some sort of something. But
Hmm.
it's been pretty quiet. Everybody's just nothing's really been going on. Um,
There's been a couple news related things we can talk about a little later.
hmm,
A couple
no,
products releasing, and uh, I don't know if you saw the illustration contest promos. Those look pretty cool. I don't know if those are play though. I feel like every single time I see illustration contest promos be graded, it's never like crazy
oh yeah,
margin. But I mean, these ones could be good. There is a Pikachu, but I think everyone and their mom and stepsister and brother and all related family are going to be grading that card. So I can't necessarily recommend it, but it could be good since we're in a boom. I mean,
I
I
mean it
did you ever grade those Greninja Arcanine and
never.
was it
I know which
Bulbasaur?
ones you're talking. No, it was a Greninja Arcanine and some other shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never graded those because
I
non-hollow.
graded some and it was fine. Made like $15 a card after fees. But I think I had to send it like somewhat early too. It was kind of risky. I got some nines. It wasn't great, but these ones seem cool.
I just think the
So
hobby has like an attention span of like 3 days. So like when that type of stuff comes out, Smith, it seems like something you want to grade, but then 3 days later, people don't care again.
yeah, yeah.
You know, versus like if you're grading any Charizard that's vintage, you don't care. You could send it at the bulk. You know, when you get it back, somebody's gonna want that. It's a vintage Charizard in any grade, you know. So like I'm very like, dude, remember the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7-Eleven promos that we were all juiced on because they had cool art?
Hmm.
Nobody cares about those. We cared for a little bit because they were different, but it's not gonna hold, you know what I mean? It's not gonna stick around, especially when there's so many things getting thrown at you constantly and so many new releases and stuff. So non-hollow Arcanine, pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way about it. Let me just share my screen in the meantime so I can show you some stuff. But I don't know, I was kind of getting worried on like prismatic uh cards too. Like the big cards. Like literally all of these cards are so expensive. I don't know if the market's gonna like start crashing and burning out of like where like people just don't want to pay for these prices in PSA 10. But like I mean these are actually I mean these cards seem to be doing pretty well. There's just like maybe prismatic is truly fucked in the area of like it's just impossible to pull these cards. Um, because I mean I just looked it up and things are going pretty insane. There's just like not many sales. So I don't know if it's like the quality of this, like people are just not sending as much, or maybe it's like the barrier to entry to even get the EV hits
I think
in
that's what it
English.
is. I think that's what it
Yeah.
is, honestly.
Like you literally have to drop 350 per like lowest, and then you
Yeah,
got to risk getting a 9.
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of flippers are new too and can't really play in that realm.
Hmm.
Like for 375, like I think I paid like 375 for the Espeon EX I sent that I picked up local that I think will 10. PSA's been absolutely wrecking me recently, so who knows? But um, yeah, I think a recent sale of that is like 1,200. But then there's like auctions going for more than that right now too. So
Yeah, I
I don't know.
totally
It's
agree.
just it's a risky play in a way.
No, but
Uh,
you just made me realize too that the English being expensive really protects the Japanese prices because It's too expensive. It's like, why you can't, like, how many can I possibly buy? Okay, I'm a whale. You're not gonna drop four. You can't get 40 Umbreons at 1100. Like, who do you think you are, Dubsy? Like, you're not dropping 44 bands on Umbreons. Like, and that's
Yeah.
only 40, you know? It's not that
Yeah.
crazy. Like, if you want to do a black label play, you need 40. So yeah, to me, like, the English hits being so expensive and so fucked out of the pack
Hmm.
is really good for us because it means that people can afford Japanese better and would rather get a Japanese copy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can complete the whole entire set in
Hmm.
Japanese PSA 10s, but like cheaper than getting the Umbreon in English in a PSA 10. Which I mean, I think that would be more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even as a flipper, it's way less stressful. Like, let's say someone sells you the full set of Japanese 10s for 85%. I'd way rather have that in my inventory than buying a Moonbryon and a 10 for 80%, which is like freaking 3,500 right now. So yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I mean, these the ETB promos are going insane, which is crazy too. Like a regular ETB promo in a 10 just sold for 225. Um, and the Pokemon Center one, the lowest sale I see is like 750, all the way up to 1,000.
That's insane.
So
Yeah,
I mean, the
that's wild.
market's still stupidly hot. So
We got a couple questions here in the chat. Sorry we didn't get around to you guys.
yeah.
Java, what's up, bro? Welcome. Max, what's going on? Pokey South. Uh, Jeff has a question. Have you noticed a drop in gem rates? Uh, Man, honestly, I don't know if I can answer that question because, like, I haven't graded with two of the three companies in like so long. Like, I don't know. I haven't graded with PSA in a while, and Beckett, I'm just good. So like, I'm grading
Well
with
said.
Tag. I'm authenticating with Tag, not even grading. They
That's
leave
the
it in
new
the card
play,
saver.
dude.
The new
Low
play is get
pop.
it out low pop authentic cards with the sticker on the card saver, dude.
Um, I mean, I've noticed it at PSA. I was thinking it was like just bad luck on my part these past few subs. But then that like PSA thing announcement dropped where it's not 60-40 anymore. It's 55-45. Uh, and apparently someone messaged Nat and like the owner of PSA, and he said that's actually been in effect for a while. I don't. They say it's like been for over a year now, but I feel like they've maybe been working on it for a year, and maybe more recently it's been more. Um, I don't know if they're like overlooking it more, like the managers are walking by the tables or reviewing the subs a little more and changing grays or what it is, but I think my last sub I had like 75 cards in and 33% of them were 10s. Um, and then probably the other third of that, I was checking cards. I'm like, okay, I guess this is a 9. It's got a white dot or it's got maybe too much of a centering issue. But then there's like another 33% where I'm like, okay, I'm cracking these and sending them to different companies or retrying them with PSA. So I think overall I have noticed a drop in gem rates, at least at PSA. You have to be like way more strict with your cards now, which, you know, I guess that can only help people that are collecting and holding PSA 10s too. And it explains why Surging Sparks PSA 10s are so disgustingly expensive.
Bro,
Um,
I mean, there is something that I think I heard in an SM Pratt video a couple years ago, and he was just talking about bird in the hand. And that was one of the things that really made sense to me as a collector, which is like, it doesn't matter what you paid. If you have the
mhm.
card you want in a PSA 10, which is the best company, or whatever, you know what I mean? Not the best, but like it's PSA. Like, you have the bird in the hand, and you should consider not selling it. And that made sense to me because it's like you're running around trying to get this card in a 10. What if PSA changes their standards? What if they change their standards for signatures? Now your sig is now a 7. It could have been a 10 because you didn't grade it because you had it in a bind. It's like, if you can just get what you want and own it in a 10, with a
Mm-hmm.
price that maybe you're okay with, like I'm a firm believer of just keep it. Like I remember I had like different cards in CGC 95s, like a bunch of E series unlimited back in the day I had in CGC 95s, and I loved the slab. I loved the card. It was beautiful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I still want the 10. So when I got the 10 and I sold it, I was like, I don't really think I wanted that card if I sold the 10. I guess we're getting a bit into like collector talk, but I guess that's part of the reason why that 10 holds that premium and holds that value. It's what people actually want. Like dudes could cope all day about Beckett 95s, but that's not a 10.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality. So whatever, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, we're also in a completely different reality than from 2 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago. Like I was obviously upset when a lot of my cards came back nines and eights. I'm like, I don't freaking deserve this. These would be tens, half a year ago, yada yada. Um, and but the thing is like I'm really experiencing the boom through those cards. Like a lot of the times, like these cards that are on the screen, just regular illustration rares from English. Um, these cards used to not sell in nines and eights, like for any money. And now I think I mean I sent in a really clean Alolan Doug Trio dusted card from Surging Sparks.
John,
It's probably $5, 115 and a 10 sold
Jesus.
yesterday.
Oh my God.
And it just goes on and on down the list. That little execute you don't even like, even though it has a
No, don't
skateboarder
tell
and
me. Don't tell me.
$100 and
Don't,
a 10.
no.
These are all
Uh,
$5 or less cards. So like
the execute, dude.
the execute. Oh, and the
That's
the me
crazy.
sprite or Mesprit or whatever,
No,
215 a
no, no,
10.
no.
Cast form in a 1090. The
Well, say
chameleon
less,
Pokemon
bro. I'm
85.
subbing everything. I'm subbing
Basically, what
everything.
this shows is like what you were going out in person to source. Like whenever you're looking through a binder, these cards you used to skip over.
Oh,
Like in
absolutely.
in any set, it just didn't really matter.
So I,
And then
I,
now, like they're going absolutely nuts. And I've been selling nines of these cards. I was upset I was having to sell nines because I thought these cards would 10. But like like within a day, I had like 3 or 4 sales of PSA 9 SIRs for like $25 to $35. I've been selling reverse hollows in tens and nine. Like I sold in, so I'd made the dustiest play I've ever done because I ripped a whole bunch of Surging Sparks. I'm like, okay, I'll send some popular Pokemon at bulk in November since there's a special um, to see like if these will get
mhm.
tens. These are just really clean, and it's Snorlax, Ho-Oh, and Vulpix. I'm like, these are popular enough. They should 10. There's literally nothing wrong with them. They 10, and I sold them for $50 to $60 each. I had some leftovers too. That a 9 Snorlax, I just sold in less than a day for $30. Literally like less than $1 card. So like those types of plays you used to not be able to do at all. Nobody would buy that shit, but now it's like some of the most liquid stuff imaginable.
Well, I think what maybe the people listening can take from it is it's a good time to find English out in the wild. Like if you can make it out to the card shops and find centered English, I mean, you're risking 10% selling it back on eBay. Like if you bought at market, you paid $20 for a card, you take it home, it's scratched, you get 17 for it, like it's fine. You'll be fine. But if you hit one English 10, you're 5xing your money. It's like black label prices now. It's insane. So
Yeah.
like honestly, bro, if you instead of like listening to two jokers right now, y'all should go find English. Dude, I found an English Jirachi Radiant at
Mm-hmm.
some card shop. The guy had it. I'm like, how much is this? It was a 10. I looked at it as a 10. I'm not saying the 10 is $100, but it was an English 10 just sitting in a binder. I go, how much you want for this, bro? He goes, let me check. I'm like, oh, bro, this shit's going left. He goes, yeah, $1. I go, $1?
Mm-hmm.
I go, yeah, I'll take it. Do you take cash? Give him $1. I don't know what the 10 is, but it doesn't matter. I know it's English. I know it's a boom. It doesn't fucking matter. It's $1.
Mm,
Like, I think like as a side quest, as a funny little pastime, take your kids to the card show. Hey, and look for English, dude, and
yeah.
win.
Well, it's
Win.
like some people just don't know how to grade either in the boom, and you'll find clean tenable cards in a binder, but they don't want to send it because there's a really light print line or there's something like real little off with it. And like for us, it's like, I mean, I take risks like that every day. So um, that's just how this market is right now. It's just you literally put anything in plastic and you're good is what I'm finding out. But yeah, let me see.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, having some connection issues. Maybe catch up with the chat real quick.
Yeah. Nesty called PSA the best company. I'm unsubbing. You know, you deserve it. Colson says panic boom. Dude, everyone's panicking, Colson. Everyone's like, oh, freaking they're coming out with a black and white set. Oh no. And then nobody likes black and white. And oh my god, it's a Team Rocket set. There's actually no dark Pokemon in it. We're screwed. Like people are crazy, dude. They'll find any reason to turn things negative. But I mean, if like Journey Together, like there's these trainers with the trainer in the background and the Pokemon up front, just as like regular full art hits instead of just like the boring full art Pokemon hits they've been doing this whole time. Like I think we're all gonna print, honestly. If you have a Giovanni in the background with a Persian or any type of popular Pokemon, freaking you know what if they just do all three birds again? It's Rockets bird trio or whatever. The Team Rockets in the background with three birds. Like, there's so many things they can do where we're gonna be super all set. I'm the least worried person in the world right now. After
Yeah,
what I've been
you don't
seeing
sound very
sells,
worried. You don't sound
yeah,
worried, dude.
I'm so not worried. I'm sleeping so well every night.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they could
I
fuck
could
it
be
up.
the dummy.
Nah,
They
Pokemon's on
can
a
fuck
run
it
right
up.
now. They're on a run right now, dude. They know what they're doing, bro. They're not dumb.
Yeah, I don't think they're that dumb. They could have done so many dumb things. I mean, even Journey Together or Battle Partners. I can't even remember the names. The set's so mid.
Hmm.
If the set that's coming out right now came out a year ago, people would be panicking. They'd be like, "Oh, that's it. That's all that's in the set." And then now, whenever there's a drop or release, it's instantly sold out. I can't even pick up product anymore. Like I thought I was good. Like I was able to order 30 ETBs of Prismatic because we weren't booming yet. And back in early November, super easy. The shit was up for days, and now it's like I can't even source new product, which is also why like I don't want to keep going down the business model of ripping packs for people. Is like I literally can't secure new sets for a price that's anywhere near profitable for the time spent doing it. So
All right, yeah. So we got some comments here. Let's see. Close had a good one.
step one, go. Good.
Go.
Step
Yeah.
two, we're gonna wean. Okay.
Win.
Step
Yeah.
three, panic. Yep.
Panic. That's where I'm
Sounds
at.
right.
I'm on
Sounds
step.
about right.
Yeah, I'm on step 3 right now because I
Okay.
already gonna win, but I haven't won yet. So I'm kind of panicking, dude.
Okay.
I'm refreshing. I'm tracker checking, dude. I'm anxious, dude. I want to win,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well,
after we
Pokey Kid
win,
asked a good question. Is it a card?
what?
Are you
No,
panicking over a card right now?
no, not really.
Okay, you're gonna
We
win.
got
No
retro in
need to
here.
pack. No
Retro,
need to panic.
retro says yawn more prism talk. Okay, I got a little prism nuance. Retro,
Oh
I
god.
got you, big day. Bop, bop, bop. Smith, walk with me. The set is called Team Rocket. Is coming out. I
Mhm.
recall that there are some old Team Rocket prisms that are available for purchase. A lot of
Hmm.
Cardass, a lot of whatever the other one, Bandai. I saw some Jesse and James that look kind of right. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy any because of course they're gonna grade PSA nothing threes, but maybe raw it could be a play because dummies don't know and they just see Jesse and James on a cat and they snap at 25. So thank you very much.
This is your daily wild speculation.
Wild speculation. The set is gonna attract attention to other Jesse and James cards. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Have you seen the boom and wild speculation reach into Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, and XY with rocket trainers? Fear no more. You can skip everything else that came before that and go to the very start and get some of the oldest Jesse James prisms ever for cheap.
Yes.
It's not that bad of a play. I mean, if people do a little bit of research, I mean, you never know what's going to happen in a boom. Other than we're going to win.
We're gonna win.
Is this true? Do you have a Marusho Blue Eyes in your center console?
No comment.
Okay. Yep. No comment.
Let's just say I may have the 3 highest graded Marusho Blue Eyes in the world, Yugi.
She
Yes.
playable.
Well, nobody will buy them, so that's why I have the PC.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh boom's right around the corner.
Bro, my PC is all dragons. I'm a real loser. All I collect is dragons. What am I, insecure, dude? I'm a dragon collector. But it wasn't by choice, dude. I just like the cards, fool. But they're all dragons, dude. I'm hot. Yeah.
We can fix that, dude. Maybe we switch over to like mice or bunnies or something.
No, I just need to start liking One Piece or something random. Or like, dude, I almost bought an Arcanine yesterday. It was a PSA 10 Arcanine with the stupid swirl. I go, okay. I hovered over the proceed to checkout and then I snapped back into reality, dog. Like, it's a boom. I'm not buying a 10 in a boom. It was cheap. It was a grail. It was a perfect swirl, but I'm like, in a boom?
Hot in a boom.
I don't know. Not in a boom, dude.
Yeah, booms kind of suck in that way. Like when nothing is hot, it's kind of fun to dig around at vintage and other places people aren't looking and, you know, just have a fun time, see if something will sell or not. Cause, you know, nothing else is selling. So might as well shoot off into oblivion and find, you know, something that's maybe cool to some random person. But yeah, in a boom, it's just, you just got to spend on, you know, what's going to make you the most margin. It's like, yeah, I feel like this hasn't, like, even when I was doing this full time in 2023, it feels more like a job right now than it did then, which is kind of like a fucked up thing to say because I was actually like paying my rent and my bills with it. But now it's just like, I don't know how much longer this great time's going to be around. So I just have to work myself to death. It's dark.
No, it's good. It's good.
It's good though. It's good though.
Yeah, I feel you. Like 2023, you were like, you still were doing stuff you like. You were like finding new things and like, oh, look at this and look at this promo. But it's like, just go. It's just go. There's not a lot of searching. I actually caught myself looking for vintage yesterday, and I snapped right back to reality. Then I was like, what am I doing, dude? And I actually shut my computer down, took a shower. I was like, get your head in the game, dude. It's a boom. So
it's all this junk in my
just
car,
not available.
dude. This isn't Terastal. What am I doing? But I don't know. 2023 was kind of cool too because it's like a lot of black and white full arts were still over 400 and kind of easy to find raw. And there's tons of like vintage stuff that was easy to find raw back then that would sell at a decent price in a PSA 10. So like it was doable. But now we're in a reality where it's like fucking impossible to find anything vintage raw. At least maybe I'm just saying that because I haven't really been looking for it that hard, but it's just like the amount of work you have to put in to then like even 10 a vintage card that's just going to sit just doesn't feel good. Even like the thought of like doing all that work and just not being immediately rewarded the same way you do for doing hardly any work, picking up vintage and grading it and making crazy margins. But
you know what's crazy, dude? The shit, that was cool. Some plane flying right over. Well, like with vintage too, what I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed this too, but the the raw price is already like 65% of the 10 price, or 60%, 70% of the 10 price. So you're basically taking a risk on a vintage card that's likely not gonna 10 to then make 40% minus 15% in fees. So what, there's not a lot of meat there on the bone. Like if you're paying $400, it tens and you get 650 and you net 550, it's like you're making 150 on all that money. It's like it's not really worth it. Like it's fine. I mean, nobody's gonna scoff at like making 150 on 400, but you don't feel great about it. You're not like high-fiving and calling the homies about the 150 lick that you made on your 400, in my
Right.
opinion. But if you 3x, 10x, black label or some shit, you're calling everybody that will listen. Like, then yo, send PayPal me $5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just what it is, man. Like right now, it doesn't matter. I think, like you said, I think it's more about speed right now and working hard. Like I feel you on that. It feels more that like work now because I actually want to put hours. Like last sleep early, I didn't. I like made coffee. I fucking bought more cards. It's a boom. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, now today you're streaming. You say you're gonna do 2 hours. I promise you're probably gonna do 4 hours because once you start going and it's like
Yep.
the attention is here now, dude. The attention is here now. That's why I was telling Thrifty yesterday. I'm like I was being funny. I'm like, Thrift, we're geniuses because we're in Pokemon and it's a boom. Like we knew, you know, whatever, like just being funny.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, it's like sometimes you do randomly get lucky. Like, you know, like there was a chess boom during the pandemic. And then I randomly had a bunch of students during the pandemic as well without doing any marketing or anything. Like that's lucky. That's lucky that chess got
Mm-hmm.
popular. It could have been some other shit. It could have been checkers. It could have been oboe playing. It could have been what, juggling. But it happened to be the thing that I was doing. So we
Mm-hmm.
can't act like we're geniuses. We just gotta realize that we're lucky to be in this, you know, like in this thing now, right now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. It's just like I don't know. You literally can't. I don't want to say you can't lose, but I mean, I lost pretty hard on this last PSA sub, but I'm still making like $5 a card on my PSA 9 illustration rares, overselling it raw. Like if I
Right.
just sold it raw, I would. I mean, obviously, I had to wait 3 months, and I got cooked in that way. But I mean, a lot of the tins I did get have doubled in price, and you know, freaking the fact I'm even able to sell PSA 9 art rares in less than a day is kind of disgusting. So I thought I was getting super punished, but in reality, I'm still making money after being punished by PSA. So I think that's a kind of a good sign. I think for the is it a healthy market where people are paying 30 for PSA 9s again? I don't know,
Hundred
but
percent. 100%. I mean,
yeah.
dude, there was cards that graded a 7.5, 7.5 that I auctioned and got $9.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Like that's the top signal right there. The top signal is the absolute shit getting almost your grading. Like, okay, let's say you
Yeah.
paid $12 for grading or 15 for grading. If you can get 12, like if you get close to your grading, then it is really a full send because even if you damage my card, I'm gonna win. Like the numbers
Yeah.
just force the win. So
Yeah, it's
I don't
a
know. Yeah.
great. It's like it's people like call grading gambling, but it's like actually I don't know if it fits the definition of gambling right now. If you actually know what you're doing, because like if
I,
you get the worst grade possible, you're getting your money back
I
to
know, but
roll
it's
again.
not so easy. I mean, cracking is still a little bit risky. I mean, I know you're good at it and yada yada, but it is a little risky. Like shit, you know, you can't control plastic, bro. You're not Magneto. Relax. If the
Yeah.
thing wants to pop, it's gonna pop. And another thing is, and I'm sure you've experienced this, it's like there is a little bit of politics at PSA. Like I sent them 7 minty Umbreons. They gave me 6 10s and 1 9. Like they have to give me that 9. It's like, oh my God, like really, bro? Like
Hmm.
that's a 9, really. I sent it at the 78 tier. Like, bro, like it's a 10, but they just have to politic you with the 9. And it's so dumb and it happens. And I cracked it on a 10th. So it's like
Hmm.
LMB. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't understand that. It's like they grade you on your own curve of this is the weakest one out of all these, but this weak one is still a 10.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the standards? And there is no fucking standards because it's a dude getting paid $5 an hour. And that's why stop thinking, brick wall, go.
Yeah, that's why like talking about or like the gym rates going down at PSA, like should I still be sending there? Even with that, dude, like I was looking at some of my tens, like let's say like sent like 3 Stellar Crown Bulbasaurs. I got 110, 2 9s. My 2 9s are cleaner than the 10.
Yeah,
It's like,
dog.
yeah, maybe the pristine rate's going down, but the fuck shit isn't. Like the
No.
complete just I'm here to work my minimum wage job and pump out as many graded cards as possible. That hasn't gone away. So it's like you can still win on bad cards, and cracking 2 9s isn't that bad when, like, I don't know, like literally like 2 months ago, that play, the 3 Bulbasaurs, was supposed to make me a certain amount that like the PSA 10 just made me in the 3 cards. And now it's like the raw cost of those cards has doubled. So now I have 2 raws to send in again. So it's like it's almost like it's so free roll right now, it's hilarious. And the fact that they graded my worst 1 to 10, GG's. That's fine with me, dude.
Yeah,
That just
take
makes
that.
the next 2 10s easier. So
Yeah, for real. Yeah, but that's
yeah,
the thing. You can't complain when it goes your way too. Like I've turned some shitty. I remember I graded a this was a couple years ago, but I graded it like that half heart poncho. I think it's XY 274, or
hmm,
pretty sure it's XY
the
274.
Lucario one.
No, yeah, it's like no, it's like Deontay and a bunch of Pikachu and shit in the back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like the higher tier, whatever, half art. So I found it for like $300. I graded it. I got it in. I thought it was an 8. It had heavy whitening. It was heavy, like it was an 8 to me. I sent it
Hmm.
in. It got a 10. I got an upcharge. I was like, oh, okay, this is not
Yeah.
a 10. Like this is not a 10. I didn't complain. I think it sold for 1,800. It was one of the biggest dubs at the time, and
Hmm.
I thought it was an 8. I sent it bulk. I didn't think nothing of it, and PSA just blessed me. So it is what it is. I also sent them, like, Kai left me a stack of Vegeta DBC cards, and there's like 50 of them. And I went through all 50, found the mintiest one, the only one that I thought had a chance out of 10. I sent it in, and they like damaged one of the corners. Like they bent it and it got an 8. I was like,
Yeah.
thanks. Like I didn't send it with a damaged corner. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna call Nat Turner and start a big deal. Like sometimes the dice rolls your way, sometimes it rolls the other way. That's why
Hmm.
volume is how you win in this hobby is volume. That's why it's like
Yeah. Volume is your friend. Which
that's
also
what.
I feel like that's why people aren't grading these. I mean, at this rate, from the amount of listings I see on these prismatic hits, like these things may go back up again. Like the market's really trying, like struggling. Like this is the set where the first time I've seen the market like truly struggle to value what these cards are. Like they came out super hot raw. They've dropped a bit since then, but not that much. And then the PSA 10s came out super high. And then there's like a bunch of random sales, literally $500 apart, like all over the place. And there's just not a true market price for these cards in the 10 yet. And I mean, it hasn't been a full month yet, but we're getting close to a full month for a set to be out. And we don't even know what the 10s are supposed to be worth, which is like, that's like really odd to me,
Bro,
which
that's
just
different.
shows
That's
like,
super different. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
yeah,
Where
because it's like the normal person can't afford the cards raw to begin with, and they're going to spend their $400 on one card on 20 cards or 10 cards instead because it's way
Mhm.
safer. Um, or they are trying, but they're just not comfortable enough sending them with the way they look. Like every single card I've seen, like I've pulled probably close to 10 of alt arts and illustration or EV hits so far on the stream. And like, I maybe one of them would have 10, like the Sylveon I pulled still had like a white dot on the corner. And nowadays that's kind of a risky send. And that was like the best one I saw. So maybe it's just like the 10s could be too cheap at 1,000 to 1,200 for like the cheaper EVs. And then 4K for the Moonbreon, that might actually be cheap. I don't want to be saying that since it's $4,000, but I mean, there just doesn't seem to be that many on the market. And usually when that happens and there's a lot of demand, prices go up. So
Do you think it's a possibility that maybe all of the new people that pulled their Umbreon sent it at bulk? Like, is there a possibility that a lot of those Umbreons that are at PSA right now, they're just like got sent in the wrong tier by some dude's grandma that didn't know and went to GameStop or something?
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Cause like even Cass and I mean,
Like,
I don't
where
know
are the
about,
Umbreons? Like,
I
why
haven't
is it
talked with,
4,000? You know
yeah, I
what I
haven't
mean?
talked with Dan or like any like huge whales yet. Like, are they going super hard on the raw and grading these cards? But like people I know more personally that have big bankrolls too. I haven't asked retrospects either, but a few people I know, like they haven't said anything about it. Like it's kind of just like there's way
Yeah,
more. There's
everybody's
so
so
many other
quiet.
plays.
Why is it
Yeah,
so
I'm
quiet?
there's so many other plays is the thing too. It's like it's so much easier for someone with a large bankroll to go out and source $4,000 worth of
Other shit, yeah.
sword and shield altarts that have a disgusting premium on them right now and have a higher chance to 10 than
Right,
it is to go and source two Umbreons to like
right,
just
right.
roll for a 10 to make, the same margin, but a bigger chunk all at
I mean, it's
once. But
still a 4X though, dude. What are we doing? Like PokeKid was telling me that. He's like, yo, Ernie, 1,100. How many we buying? I'm like, yo, relax. He's not wrong. Like if you buy three and you're in for 3,300 and you just 10-1, what are we doing? Like,
I
guys,
mean, are they
is this
even
the
that
biggest
cheap?
snap in the hobby, dude?
I got it.
English Moonberry, I mean Umbreon is 1,100. So it's
Oh, I
4K and a
mean
10.
the original Moonbreon is. This new one is still holding very strong with multiple sales a day at like like it looks like 1,600 to 1,700 right now on TCG Player. No pictures,
Yikes.
which is
Yeah, it's a
like this is strong, dude. Hold on, I gotta share again. This is the graph currently for the English Moonbreon.
yeah,
Lowest list is 1,650.
Jesus.
Like this graph is honestly disgusting. Like look at the spread. The lowest is 1,500 and the highest is 1,640. So
Hmm.
$140 spread. It's just bing, 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 just bouncing off those two numbers. There's no crash happening, like at all.
Damn.
And since its release, I guess they're not okay. Hold on. Yeah, there's been 46 of them sold on TCG Player. Um, looks like between 1,400 and 1,800, 46
Hmm.
of them. Which is like, I mean, that's not many to begin with. Like usually modern sets, even the chase card, there's way more than, an active 7 listings currently today with what, like 3 selling a day? Yeah, around 3 a day, 3 to 4 a day are selling at 1,600. So it's like when there's 7 listings, one of them being fake, so 6 listings, and there's 3 selling a day, that's 2 more days of this card
And the
supply on
10 is if
TCG
the
Player.
10 okay, if the 10 is 4K, then you can buy three of them for 4,500. Grade them all. You're in for 5K, and you're fine. You're gonna win.
Honestly, probably. Like
Like you're gonna win,
if you're
dude.
blind buying right now, like let's say I buy these 6 listings, even though one of them's 2,800 and another 2 are like 1,850. Like if you send 6, like maybe someone already pre-graded them and you're just gonna be fucked. But I mean, sending 6 cards to PSA,
You're probably gonna 10-1, dude.
you're probably gonna 10-1. Yeah, and then the 9, I don't know what the 9 is selling for.
Probably 2K.
Um,
Like it's stupid. Like yeah,
probably, dude. And it's
yeah.
probably immediate sell too.
It's like people. Hey, Ernie, give me a play. Literally, the main thing everyone wants is probably a go right now. But anyway,
Yeah, you're
but
right. 2K. I don't you can't lose. Like it would suck to get a 9 because you're only making like $100 after fees, but it's still like a free roll. And I doubt
yeah, kind of a
these
free roll.
pack fresh cards are gonna get 8s. Maybe you get 1/8 and you
I
just
mean, it
crack and
is
sell it raw to recoup. But
it is English though. I've seen some nightmares.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, Jeff just said PSA 9 Umbreon EX goes for 2K, so it's risk free basically. Center and clean ones are just hard to find. I mean, I've been seeing raws on eBay go for 2K. Like people are literally saying high chance at PSA 10 instead of like taking the risk themselves, or actually auctioning off some pretty good copies on eBay. But they do go higher than TCG Player, which is also wild.
But that
Like
makes sense because
it
people
makes
want to see the
sense.
picture. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it's honestly just wild. Like some of these recent sales are disgusting. 1650 bin for Glaceon, 1250 bin for Espeon. There was like a Jolteon and Flareon sold for 1,000, but I saw there's currently an auction on eBay where the Jolteon's going for 1,500 with like a couple days left, which just shows like there's no bin like listings anymore. So it's like the only one available is on auction right now, and whoever scooped the buy it now offer for 1,000 or the auction for 1,000, they're kind of cooking. Like if you have 1,000 to spend and some of these EV cards are ending at that, like you're making potentially, $400 or $500 just by buying the 10 already, because there's just none available. And people who are getting them are just either auctioning them on their own platform and getting wrecked because they don't get any views, or, it's just kind of wild what is happening. I was thinking like eventually this would slow down because people are literally ripping this set like no other set. Like it's disgusting how many ETBs are selling every day, and I guarantee you a lot of these are getting ripped. So the fact there's just this few of cards, maybe it is like the masses are ripping like crazy, but they don't know how to optimize. So they're just, they rip it in their GameStop and they send it with GameStop, and that's going to be here in 2 months.
Exactly.
So,
which makes sense. I mean, that kind of makes sense. That's realistic because dudes are not deep in the matrix to express it to PSA at the 70. Like they're not gonna do that. I gotta mute up real quick because I'm getting home and Millie's going crazy. But maybe tap in with the chat. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, just to show y'all too, like Graph's obviously gone down because these the regular ETBs were getting pre-ordered for what, like up to like $200. So they've crashed down to like looks like lowest list is what, 115 now shipped. But nearly 9,000 have sold in since release day on TCG Player alone. So it's like 9,000 divided by what, 18 days. It's like 50 a day, selling at nearly triple, like 2 to 3 times the amount of MSRP. That's gross, y'all. And there's no cards to show for it. There's no hits to show for it. I mean, look at
I mean,
these,
you got a lot of people that are probably just keeping it.
Yeah, I mean that's
a lot
true
of people probably
too.
just
Like
keeping
people just want to keep it.
Yeah,
which will make
it's my investment.
It makes shows, I think, super juicy this year too. Like the fact there's so many people that are dusted that are keeping these cards when they're worth $300 plus. Like even the Ceruledge EX is $200. Roaring Moon $170. Like these cards are kind of like disgustingly hard to pull. I'm starting to figure out like some of the best hits. I mean, the best hit only has 7 listings, but like some of the best hits, there's not more than 20 listings, and I guarantee these listings there's no quantity. So yeah, there's just 20 on the market right now, guys. Okay, one listing has 3.
You're kind of roboting for me. I don't know. You're kind of sounding robot-y to me. I don't know if the chat can hear you.
Yeah, if y'all could confirm that, but yeah, this is dumb. Which I like what you said earlier. I think it's really good for Japanese, the fact that these prices are holding so well in English and there's just not enough of it. I mean, it's gross. Looks like they said they can hear me, so we're good.
Okay.
Let's catch up with the chat. Okay, Jackson, you're banned.
Yo, how do you feel about Chinese, dude? Not I mean Chinese Pokemon cards. Like they're kind of running right now. They're kind of doing something special over there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I see it as like a push by the Japanese uh, Pokemon company to just spread into other countries. And, China has over 1 billion people. And if, the Chinese government lets Japan sell in the country, you got to sell Pokemon. So I just think it's really cool that they're not like during their Sun and Moon run. I'm not sure if they did any X and Y reprints, but basically over the past like 2-3 years, Pokemon Japan has been printing Chinese cards, and they reprinted all of the Sun and Moon sets, to my knowledge, but they didn't add any new cards. It was just purely a reprint for Chinese uh, language. Um, but right now, with the new 151 set they're doing in China, they're actually releasing exclusive arts and cards. So I'm actually like stupidly bullish on any card that's been made specifically for China that doesn't have a high chance for a reprint. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like there's like
Mm-hmm.
ARs and stuff
I
in the
like that.
in the Chinese 151 set, like the Pikachu with the captain hat with his trainer behind him, and there's like a few others. And then even in the I can't even remember what
Yeah.
set. I think it was like Chinese Pokemon Go, like the Venusaur, Blastoise, maybe Chari, Shinies were all different arts than like every other language. So like I feel like a lot of those will be pretty slept on. And yeah, Retro just mentioned in the chat that
I
that
agree.
numbered Mew, like out of 1,510, uh I
Yeah.
think that card's gonna come out at 3K minimum raw. And that might actually
How
be a
will it
low
be
guess.
distributed?
I think
How
they're
will it be
giving out
distributed?
to players through a lottery, Chinese players.
Ah, what'd you say?
Yeah, yeah, they're giving out as a lottery card.
As a lottery?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. It's a
Strap in,
Mew. It's a
folks.
Mew Lottie.
All my profits from the boom will be dispersed to secure the lottery. Okay.
The
Right.
Chinese lottery Mew is a very good card.
Bro,
There's not very many. Yeah, that,
listen,
that card's gonna go disgusting.
when everybody finds out about lotteries, don't call me.
Watch
Me and
out.
Quilly, me and Quilly gonna have a 7-story mansion in Thailand. I promise.
Hold your
There'll be women
Elatis.
there. There will be a lot of women there, not just me and Quilly. Okay, let's keep it trucking. Oh, Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say this. Also think long term, dude, Chinese could be like what makes this shit really catch on fire. Like
Mm-hmm.
if Chinese starts to get popular now and then like 5 years down the line, 6 years, like they get into their spending years and the same shit that happened to us, I could see dude, there's a lot of money in China, dude. So I don't know. I'm not only interested in like speculating on the singles, but I'm also just curious about that market and how it's doing. And if that market is doing better and better and better, that's a huge, huge positive green flag for us, because there's
Right.
there's a lot more demand coming potentially and a lot of money there. So
Yep.
also they could print, bro. Chinese,
I
like
mean,
they're gonna print the cards. No, am I?
oh yeah. I mean, if you have Chinese distribution, I think you're doing really well right now with this
Yeah,
new 151 set. And like if you're set up in China and you know players that are actively playing, you get first dibs on that Mew. And let's say you pay some guy out some ungodly amount, um, which is like maybe 1,500. That I feel like that leaves plenty of
no, that's
room.
so
Like
cheap. 1,500, I'm
yeah, but
buying it.
it's
No, no.
it's not cheap to some random Chinese player. I bet that's playing. I'm sure some of them will keep the cards for memories. Some will sell immediately, and some will eventually will want to keep it, and then they'll see what price it's at, and then they'll sell. But yeah, 1,500 of a card right now of an alt art Mew in any language is
Well,
like during
listen.
this time frame is going to melt our faces off. I think.
Well, there was a Yu-Gi-Oh release recently. I think it was out of 1,000. Maybe Retro could double check or something, but it was the Dark Magician Girl and the Dark Magician Boy, and they were like
Hmm.
prismatic. I think they're either out of 2,000 or out of 1,000, and the set of those was going for like around 4K. This Mew is like a third of that, right? It's 1,500. It's a Pokemon and it's a Mew and it's not MIDI Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
So it would not surprise me if that was 5K, 6K on release. It would not blow me at all, not 1%. Would
Yeah.
I like that? No, I would love if it was slept on and it was 800 and we can buy 100 with the bank's money.
Yeah, that's the problem is like, I mean, the card's probably already slept on just based off percentages of like how big the market is and how many there's going to be. But I know Cass has already said he wants one. I'm sure Retro wants to grade one. I'm sure Dan wants to. I'm sure everybody we know wants to grade one.
Yeah,
And
it's only
just
1,000.
that demand alone, not even the collector demand, the player demand, even the demand in China. It's going to be heavily demanded in China alone before it even gets out the border.
Yeah, rip,
And it's
dude,
going to be
forget
heavily
it.
demanded in Japan before it even gets over here. So
Right.
it's like it's got several stages to even get across the world to the US where, all the biggest buyers are. And I think it's just going to be
It's gonna go
it's
stupid.
going to be unattainable
Yeah.
unless you have a massive bankroll. So,
Wow.
but I do think it's a great play if you can afford whatever it is at release, because I bet it goes up after release. That's all cards do right now. Is it?
Bro, if I see a 2 feedback account listed for 2,500, I'm snapping.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm snapping. I bought from a dude named Trust Me the other day.
You trusted him, huh?
Whatever, I don't know. We'll see. Stop breathing into the mic, Trainer Max, bro. Fuck me, bro. Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
So, well, the chat is dead. Everybody's gone. I guess we should have been a little bit more positive about the boom. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share with everyone, or anything on your mind?
Just that, go follow us on Instagram, Card Creator and Minty Mountain. It's in the description of our page. I'm going live on Whatnot tonight, 8 p.m. Central. Love to see y'all there. Even if you're not buying.
That's in an hour. That's in an hour.
No, it's in 2 hours.
In 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, man. What are you gonna run?
Just a bunch of singles I have, and got packs for sale. So I got 151 in, got Obsidian Flames in. I have more on the way too, but unfortunately I don't have Brilliant Stars or Crown Zenith yet. They are in the mail. But yeah, hopefully it goes well. I'll be on for a couple hours if y'all want to come through and chill.
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for tapping in. We're trying to get on these a little bit more often. Definitely gonna do one when I get my grades, so I could flex on the community. Really looking forward to that. If we don't do that, then you guys will know I got cooked.
Yeah.
Either way, it'll be good content. Smith, thank you for joining me, man. We did a quick 45er that turned into a full hour. Bars. Everybody hit that like, hit that subby, hit the Discord link, and go ahead, Jake Smith. Last words.
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming out. Keep spending all the bank's money as much as you can. Grow that stash, and I'm gonna shut her down. Peace, y'all.